Welcome to Tzu Chi This Week. I'm Mary Lee. It's good to have you with us. Coming up in today's show, Tzu Chi volunteers of the East Coast of the United States continue to show their support and love to Hurricane Sandy survivors. Taiwan Tzu Chi volunteers repair an old home for a loving father of 3 who suffers from muscular atrophy in New Taipei City's Pinling district. And we take a look at how being a vegetarian does not increase your chance of having a stroke. In the aftermath of Hurricane Sandy, Tzu Chi volunteers in the United States continue to show support to survivors in various areas of the East Coast. As the infamous coastal community of Pelican Island in New Jersey has been sealed off in the aftermath of Sandy, Tzu Chi volunteers arrived at Pelican Island to survey the disaster area and are expected to carry out a second large-scale aid distribution at a local school.
Known for its buildings and structures from the colonial period, post-Sandy, Berkeley is no longer occupied by such beautiful scenery. Arriving at Pelican Island, the situation is far more tragic, as the entire town has been sealed off by police officials. Residents have to obtain permission first before being allowed to go home to work on repairs or to remove their belongings.
Now it's only open from 9 this morning till 3, so they got to go in what they can and be out by 3.
Situated on the other side of Berkeley, Pelican Island is 259 hectares wide, and most residents here are mid to low income families. Unfortunately, Sandy brought total destruction to this coastal community, and according to OEM officials, it will be at least a year before the residents can return home.
This island itself is totally done. They have to rebuild everything here. You know, when you go through you have to go through your homeowner's insurance. Then whatever they don't pay, you try to get through with FEMA.
Tzu Chi volunteers, along with local government officials, arrived at Pelican Island to survey the disaster area while also confirming the distribution site for the upcoming second aid distribution.
We are reviewing the distribution list as we have to prioritize help for the most affected victims first, and those whose situations are not so dire will be removed from the distribution list for the time being.
With the assistance of the Berkeley community and local schools, the second distribution will take place at the Central Regional Gymnasium, where Tzu Chi's relief items will be distributed to over 1,000 people.
Tzu Chi's love has not left Sri Lanka shores since the NGO arrived to help out in 2004 following the South Asian tsunami. Recently, Singapore volunteers, in conjunction with the local Sri Lanka doctors, put together a free eye clinic to not only safeguard the windows to our soul, but also to help 296 patients who suffer from cataracts. Here at the base hospital Kahawata in Ratnapura district of Sri Lanka, the free clinic draws a crowd early in the morning. As most of the patients here are laborers with minimum pay, if they contract cataracts, most spend the rest of their lives blind.
Most of the patients actually they cannot afford the lenses, and even some villages they don't know that the cataract can be cured.
To help these patients, Singapore Tzu Chi volunteers travel to Sri Lanka and transfer from Colombo to base hospital Kahawata to join up with the local eye doctor team to conduct the free clinic. Dr. Amara Thanga can conclude one surgery in 4 minutes.
We get the feedback from here next morning, you know, how the patients are, and the results actually make them happy and satisfied. Way of motivation, recognition itself is more than a monetary value. Money, paying is not important.
The surgeries were conducted in line with Tzu Chi's values of respect and love. He also agrees with Tzu Chi's philosophy and lives accordingly.
No, cannot see. Cannot see.
74-year-old Pramalatha has been living life seeing things blur for a while. It's been so bad that she can no longer get around without help. After the doctors removed the bandages from her left eye, what was once blurred is now crystal clear. Her vision returned, Pramalatha is ready to live her life again.
When I go home, I'll be able to do things I haven't been able to do for a while, like cooking or even sewing some clothes. I am also going to go to the temple to pray for Tzu Chi volunteers, as because of them I am able to see the world again. After the surgery, my mother regained her vision. I'm very glad for her as she can move about on her own and takes care of herself. It's wonderful.
This 85-year-old patient thought she would never be able to read the scriptures again.
Before, my mother could only see a little bit. We came to the free clinic today so that she can see clearer. I hope this will give my mother a better life.
Cataract surgeries cost approximately $155, which is 3 times the monthly salary of most laborers here. However, Tzu Chi's love helped 296 cataract patients regain their vision and see the beauty of the world again. In Taiwan, at their monthly distribution, Penghu Tzu Chi volunteers provide financial support and rice to their care recipients. To reciprocate Tzu Chi's love, one recipient, Ms. Zhang, always collects recyclables to donate to the Buddhist NGO. Walking around like this is just like exercising. If there are recyclables, I will pick them up and take them home.
Collecting recyclables is like exercise for Tzu Chi care recipient, 65-year-old Ms. Zhang, who suffers from diabetes and high blood pressure.
I collect them and give it to Tzu Chi because they are helping the needy and poor. We are not capable of helping others, but what we are capable of, we will give.
To help needy people like Ms. Zhang, who still has grandchildren to raise, Tzu Chi volunteers provide monthly subsidies to these families.
By doing good deeds, we pass on the blessings to future generations.
Another care recipient, Ms. Qing, receives dialysis treatment 3 times a week, but also seizes the opportunity to give.
If there is anything I can help with, I will do my best. For example, if there are senior residents in the hospital unsure of where to go, I will help them out.
Upon receiving financial support from Tzu Chi, these care recipients all pay the love forward in their own way.
In Pinling district of New Taipei City, Xu Guohe, who suffers from muscular atrophy, lives in an old rundown house with his 3 children. The father makes a living by doing odd jobs. When Tzu Chi volunteers found out about their situation, volunteers spent 7 days fixing up the home for the family to live in.
Xu Guohe's house is situated in the mountains of Pinling in New Taipei City. This house built from stone has been passed down for generations, and by the time it was handed down to Xu, the house was already seeing cracks in the walls and leaks in the roof.
The roof was layered with rubberoid, and each time there was a leak, more layers of rubberoid would just be added on, and over time holes formed, and when it rained, rainwater would leak into the house.
After numerous assessments by Tzu Chi volunteers with experience in construction, volunteers decided to help Xu repair his rundown house. Working in the rain, the volunteers can relate to the hardship Xu has had to endure every time rain seeps into his house.
Everyone is entitled to live in a safe environment because we are all equal. Seeing others live in such hardship, I feel their pain too.
In the 7 days that they worked on Xu's home, volunteers strengthened the exterior structure and planned the interior layout. Once the furniture was put in, Xu's house looked as good as new.
I thank Tzu Chi for helping me repair my home because every time it rained, the water would leak into the house and even ruined the door. If I'm out, I will worry about my children's safety as well. Thank you for helping me.
For Xu and his children, their home is now a safe haven where they can find shelter against the storm.
Earlier in November, Tzu Chi volunteers in New Zealand held an early Christmas party with senior residents recovering from strokes. To add to the festive atmosphere in which songs and foods were shared, the volunteers also gave the 43 seniors handmade scarves, ensuring they will stay warm this winter. Here's more.
Here at Tzu Chi's New Zealand chapter, volunteers are hard at work. All over New Zealand, volunteers have been busy knitting 460 scarves to be handed out as Christmas gifts.
In addition to being a chance to share our love, it is also a chance to train and calm down. As you work, your heart stays focused on the job at hand, and you no longer have any distracting thoughts. At the same time, you can meet a lot of new friends.
Volunteers take the day off to spend with these stroke victims, joining them in song as well as handing out handmade scarves. Some of the recipients immediately put on the scarves as a perfect addition to their wardrobe.
I used to see all the different colours. This is my favourite, and I think I had a pretty smell. It arrived this morning. Thank you.
Please, thank you so much for having us. It's a wonderful lunch and day with kindness. Let's try because you're so wonderful.
With every stitch, volunteers instill their love into the scarves, which will help these elders pass the upcoming winter in warmth and with blessings.
In Malaysia, to celebrate the Hindu festival of Diwali, Tzu Chi volunteers held a celebration for care recipients. The volunteers not only provided a free health check, but also distributed daily necessities. The event was also joined by Chitarani, who volunteered as a translator and a singer.
To celebrate the Hindu festival of Diwali, Tzu Chi volunteers held a celebration for care recipients. As the festival is an important holiday for Indians, the volunteers took a family picture for each family.
I am very grateful to Master Zheng Yan and the Tzu Chi volunteers for helping my family. I will never forget the love and care you provided for us. When my children are older, I will reciprocate the love I received back to Tzu Chi. I will become a Tzu Chi volunteer so I can help those in greater need too.
Tzu Chi volunteers hand over daily necessities to express their love and care for the care recipients. Meanwhile, an Indian student who's fluent in Chinese also volunteered to act as a translator.
I am here today to volunteer as a translator and a singer. I hope I can become a Tzu Chi volunteer because I like to help those in greater need. I learned a lot and am thankful to have this opportunity to give.
To reciprocate, the care recipients donated money collected in their bamboo banks. The volunteers later prepared meals for recipients, and at the end, everyone prayed together in hopes of spreading the love to even more people.
Also celebrating Diwali, the Clan Tzu Chi branch held a distribution event for their care recipients of Indian descent. Apart from handing out aid supplies, volunteers also put on a series of activities as well as prepared traditional Indian food, all of which deeply moved the care recipients.
With warm greetings, Tzu Chi volunteers put on traditional Indian outfits and give sincere blessings to their care recipients.
This place makes me feel like everyone is just like one family. I'm really happy. Right now, at this moment, I have forgotten about the pain in my body.
Some 280 Tzu Chi care recipients of Indian backgrounds gather at the Tzu Chi Clan branch to celebrate Diwali, which is one of the most important festivals in their culture.
Indian people take their culture quite seriously, so we want to give them something that will strike a chord, something that they want, so we present them with a real festival of lights.
Apart from providing entertaining programs and delicious Indian food, volunteers also hand out a gift pack to each participant. To reciprocate Tzu Chi's long-term support, one care recipient takes part in recycling events and donates to his bamboo coin bank.
We can help those in greater need, and they are able to get what they need or pay for their children's tuition fees. Before, I only wanted to drink, sleep, and walk around with no job. Now I'm better.
Despite coming from different race and culture, Tzu Chi volunteers and care recipients are just like one family, and volunteers also vow to accompany them for as long as they can.
recent media report says that vegetarians with low cholesterol rates may actually have an increased risk of having a stroke. However, according to the Taiwan Vegetarian Nutrition Society, a low cholesterol rate is not likely due to vegetarianism. In fact, high blood pressure, diabetes, or excessive amounts of alcohol all are risk factors of having a stroke.
Will adopting a meatless diet increase the risk of having a stroke? According to Taiwan Vegetarian Nutrition Society, out of the sample of 500,000 people, 45,000 had low cholesterol, with 69 deaths occurring from hemorrhagic stroke.
The research results did not show that vegetarianism increases the risk of having a stroke. It showed that low cholesterol might increase the risk of hemorrhagic stroke, but this finding is not directly related to vegetarianism.
Embracing vegetarianism does not necessarily mean the person will have low cholesterol. For example, patients with cardiovascular disease often need to take medicine to keep their cholesterol down. According to the recent research from England, patients who suffer from hemorrhagic stroke mostly had high blood pressure.
Low cholesterol rates don't increase the chance of having a stroke as long as the person doesn't have high blood pressure or drink excessive amounts of alcohol.
Embracing vegetarian is a good idea, but without a balanced portion of food groups, our body cannot get the nutrients and calories needed, and thus cannot produce enough cholesterol to protect our blood vessels.
When a person is eating less than 1,200 calories per day or even lower, their body will not have enough resources to form cholesterol. The liver can only produce a sufficient amount of cholesterol when the body receives enough calories.
Nutritionists suggest that we can get enough protein from foods such as soybean milk or tofu.
We encourage everyone to eat 3 to 8 servings of bean products a day. A serving is about 1 handful.
Nutritionists suggested that other than picking the right ingredients, the cooking process is also very important. It is recommended that when cooking with vegetable oil to not overcook the food and finish eating it as soon as possible to avoid the loss of nutrients.
In China, Shanghai Tzu Chi volunteers held a bamboo bank adoption event and encouraged the public to join in the good cause. The money collected from the bamboo bank will give children living in remote areas a chance at education.
In Shanghai, Tzu Chi volunteers have established a scholarship program and are encouraging the public to adopt bamboo banks, as the money collected will give needy students a chance to attend school. Today the event is joined by volunteer Hong Wei, who arrived with 32 filled bamboo banks. She says she not only donated to the bamboo bank, but also inspired her families and friends to contribute their love.
Why not share this concept with others? It is doing good deeds, so I want to spread this message and encourage more people to cultivate blessings for themselves.
Thanks to the volunteers, many participants who had not joined in any Tzu Chi events in the past decided to adopt a bamboo bank.
I feel ashamed that I am only choosing to adopt a bamboo bank today. If everyone can contribute their love, together the money can do a lot of things.
I got my bamboo bank. I will donate $1 a day and persuade my family to do the same. I will continue the good work.
With the money donated, more children living in remote areas will have the chance to fulfill their dreams of going to school.
In Taiwan, 2 weeks after his surgery to remove a large tumor on his right eye, Sofian from Indonesia was released from Hualien Tzu Chi Hospital. To celebrate the good news, staff from the hospital held a press conference where Sofian not only played guitar to express his thanks, but also vowed to teach computer to children at the Da'ai village when he finishes his degree.
1, 2, 3. Blowing the candle that represents rebirth, thanks to the doctors at Hualien Tzu Chi Hospital, Sofian, who suffered from a large tumor on his right eye, is finally free from sickness. He says he hopes to join the volunteers' rank when he finishes school.
Now that I'm healthy, I can go back to Indonesia to finish my university degree. I'm studying computer science, so I hope in the future I can teach computers to children with disabilities at Dai village.
The large tumor on the right side of Sophian's face affected his eyesight and appearance. To help, Hualien Tzu Chi Hospital doctors decided to remove the tumor so he could live a normal life.
He suffered from a large tumor, so we had to consult with doctors from the Department of Neurology, ENT, and Ophthalmology.
Playing a guitar and singing a Tzu Chi song to express his gratitude to the doctors and Tzu Chi volunteers. From this moment on, Sophian is turning a new page in his life.
Ganling Elementary School, located in New Taipei City's Shuangxi District, has only 20 students in total. To help the students stay connected with the outside world, school teachers hold many field trips. This time, they brought the kids to the Tzu Chi Banqiao grounds to learn how to sort recyclables and serve tea to their parents.
Here at the Banqiao Tzu Chi grounds, the volunteers make the students and staff of Ganling Elementary feel like home. First lesson of the field trip is to serve tea to parents. Kneel down and serve the tea to your parents.
I'm very happy and moved. My kid has grown up.
Ganling Elementary is a remote school of 20 students. As some parents are busy at work, kids are usually looked after by their grandparents. Schools in remote areas are often lack resources, so the teachers find every opportunity to give the children a chance to reach out to the outside world. This time around, the students learn how to practice recycling.
Practicing recycling helps them learn how to throw away garbage in the right way.
We know that we can put recyclables into garbage trucks, but what we don't know is how complicated the processing of the recyclables is. If each one of us has the right understanding in practicing recycling, we can do a better job.
Following Tzu Chi volunteers' instruction, these kids don't mind the smell or if their clothes get dirty when sorting recyclables.
At the end of the show, we return to the United States, where U.S. Tzu Chi volunteers are spreading the seeds of love and canvassing for donations for the hurricane survivors on the East Coast. Some volunteers state that because they are unable to go there to help, they still want to do their part by making a donation, even if it's $1, as every little bit helps. Thank you for watching the show, and as always, we hope to see you again.